Welcome, everyone, to another episode. I'm getting echo here.
It might have been CeeLo. They're muted.
I've been
Right.
muted.
Well,
We can't figure it
Okay,
out if you don't talk, though.
yeah, I mean, okay, whatever it is, it's gone. So, welcome, everyone, to another session of Flames of the Divine. And last session will be recounted by Talos.
Oh, cool. Finally, I got a chance.
Yeah.
So, let's see what happened last session. Well, we found ourselves what seemed to be an abandoned hunting lodge of some sort. All sorts of nice little items strewn all about the place. Rotten ale, rotten fruit, just rotten everything, really. Then, when we wandered into the library, Rudy found herself some new books that, subsequently did not like to be picked up and tried to attack her. She got quite the beating there. And also a animated what appeared to be some sort of fox woman. Talos went ape shit, and yeah, there you go.
All right. That does just about cover it. So and so we'll say it's basically like right after that. I believe you decide. I did to leave. If the I believe you decided to leave the hunting lot. At the after the I believe you decided to leave the hunting lodge after that little encounter, right? Like just keep going.
Yeah, we decided to leave to just create camp on our own. Place
Well-
gave off too many bad vibes.
Yeah, like probably a very sensible choice, but so we're picking up right there. The sun is the sun is just about going down, and what little I left, you see is some dark clouds gathering on the horizon.
Yeah. Looks like we're in for a stormy night, everyone.
Should we try find shelter then?
Probably should. There's usually some place you can hunker down for the night.
Well, then we better hurry. Heaven says this as she's holding up her hunter's coat over her head like a makeshift cloak.
All right then.
Okay, well, where do you all go to try and find shelter?
All right. So, what's the general area look like?
It's well, you've been moving you've been moving into a somewhat more arid and rocky area for a while. Now, like there's been a bit less greenery, a bit more like just stone sticking out of the earth, like a slightly more mountainous region.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, at the moment, you're still sticking pretty close to the river, because right now, like you're kind of going through. Right now, you're going through just like a little gorge at the edge at the moment, if that makes sense. Like there's like hills going up on either side, and just like the river, like just worn a path through them. So
Fair
like you're
enough.
following along that, just like still headed towards your family's territory,
Mm-hmm.
your pride's territory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does it look like there may be the chance of like a small cave we could take shelter in?
Why don't you go ahead and roll survival? Uh oh. Anyone who wants roll survival.
All right.
So, Talos and Scylla, like you look around for exactly for basically for exactly that. That's and like you don't really like Talos. Uh, uh, it's like scanning this area. You actually do know this area like reasonably well. Like you've been just exploring and hunting around here before with other members of your tribe. You know that there are caves in those hills, but uh, and but you and but you words but there are actually there thing is those hills are home to several colonies of Kruthix. And well, hold on while I think of a. Let me show you a picture. Like for those who don't know, I'm going to go ahead and show you a picture of what a Kruthix is. See, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, like they're basically like a like Kruthix, like for a Talos, you would know those very well, and presumably you would explain this to the others. They're basically these large bug monsters, sort of. Uh, of that they operate in just sort of like little hives, and they're as they they'll just like eat any meat they come across, and they're generally just a pain to deal with in the middle of the night. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Like imagine that roughly the size of as of a human person.
Kill it with fire. It's
Yeah.
like it looks like a
And
cross between a baby bird and a scorpion.
yeah.
Only
Well,
100 times uglier.
yeah, and Talos, you know that there are there. So Talos, you know that there are caves that it, that are in those hills that are suitable for shelter, if you're willing to take the risk of dealing with these things. Heaven, you have none of this context, so you don't look at the hills. Instead, you look down the river to see if you can and see anything, and you spot what looks to be like some sort of stone structure built in a bend in the river, sort of.
There's something down there. Looks like a building? Or something made of stone.
Hmm. Uh, what does it look like?
I honestly can't tell. It looks like a
Uh,
stone structure.
yeah, like looking closely, you say it looks sort of like a, basically like a couple of a really square just stonework thing built on top of like a small hill. Like you'd have to get a bit closer to get a better idea of what it is.
Mm.
Well,
Well, if I'm being entirely honest with you, taking the chance between either the Kruthix or some ominous stone structure, maybe we're better off with the stone structure.
So we head off then?
couldn't hurt. As I've said to you all before, crew fits are sort of a pain to deal with. So if we can minimize the exasperation we will be experiencing, then we should do so.
Yeah. So, so as you approach it and like walk down on the river to get to it, the rain is starting to pour down now. And there is thunder and lightning, and so you start, and so you, you start, and so as imagine now you're in a bit of a rush, and it leads you here. The yeah, like it's getting pretty dark and the rain's quite dense, so I'm gonna say you're in darkness at this point. You guys are at the bottom. Yeah. Hold on. Heaven, I will give you if you 5 feet. Okay, good. I've given you 5 feet of night vision just to make things a little bit simpler.
Yeah, I can't see anyone.
Yeah. Like Talos at this point, like everyone with night vision can just about make out sort of like the silhouette of the structure. Or just right to your north.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, like getting up close, it appears to be a couple of like a ziggurat. It's like you know those stacked pyramids, like fairly small ziggurats. And Talos, you like as I said, you've been hunting in this area before. You also came along this river to sort of make your journey. Like you've been here before. There was not a ziggurat of any kind here and here before.
Talos does actually stop for a moment and he turns to everyone. He says, "This wasn't here before."
This wasn't?
No.
Oh,
When
hold on. Let me find the rain sound effects.
No, when Talos is kind of putting his shield up over his head. No, when I came through here on my way towards Lundruck and every other. Well, when I came here, when I left, this structure was not here before.
Heaven blinks. That is fast building.
Either
It's
that
a
or it's
fast
some.
building. At least
Go ahead.
Heaven is just. She can't see squat, but she's like. You said ziggurat, right?
Wedwood described it as a ziggurat. Yes.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
did Talos say it as Talos?
No, he didn't. He just called it a structure.
Oh wait, no. I was able to see until we got down here. Now I can't see squat.
Yeah, like you can, but like, well, Heaven, like it's just like enough to the sky that you can just make out the silhouette of it. You can't, but like the rain is so thick that you cannot see what is right in front of you.
At this point, we need shelter.
All right.
You're all pretty soaked at this point.
All right. He holds out his hand for Heaven. Take my hand. I'll lead you up the stairs.
She does this.
Scylla would just be already ahead of entering. She does not like the rain.
Come on, Rudy.
Yeah. So basically, what you're looking at here is two fairly small ziggurat, sort of like attached etched at one corner. You two are currently entering into the entrance you have found is leading into this one.
Stay here for a moment. I'll peek my head in.
And, okay, so you look in, and I imagine your religion skill is is like well, I imagine like it's Talos. His religion skill would be like -1,000,000.
I mean, it's a flat 0, so it's one way or another. If you had to put it in context of character, what he would know, he probably would hear it in passing, and it's one of those situations where it's like when someone speaks of religion, he seldom listens.
Right. Well, go ahead and like there's symbols carved all over the walls. Go ahead and roll religion to see if you have any idea what they mean. Not a clue. But over here, hold on, I got a bunch of stuff up right now. Don't worry, it's not for this map.
Thank God.
Yeah. Well, you don't know. What? What the? You don't have any idea what any of the symbols mean. But what you do see, but what you do notice is that it's very warm in here. Like maybe it's like not enough to just be ambient. Like this is warmth that's got a source of some kind. And over at this corner, there's a little. You see, well, roll perception.
Hang on.
There's a faint glow. There's a faint glow over there that you might be imagining.
Talos takes a moment and he gestures for everyone to come in. And of course, he steps back out to lead Heaven in case she's having a hard time seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now, anyone interested in the things, roll religion. And CeeLo, you've seen some of these symbols before, but for the life of you, you can't be sure where. Like, it's on the tip of your tongue. And then, and you just happen to glance at Heaven for whatever reason. And your eyes fall on the amulet she wears, the Artunic Talisman. The symbols carved here look a lot like it.
Zila looked like she's had a realization dawned on her, and she looks inside the room in general and look at the symbols once more. I wonder, why was this here if this wasn't here before? Evan,
No.
those symbols match your amulet.
Now, Heaven is curious as she brings out our tunic talisman.
Yeah.
Can I examine this?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Religion, right?
Uh, I hadn't actually decided yet, but yeah, religion works certainly.
All right.
So, yeah, like they, like the symbols are they're definitely the right kind of symbols. Definitely in the same language. It's one that you like. You swear like at the time when like the important official recruited you on behalf of the king, and like invited you into like a more public part out of the royal palace to just discuss it all with you, and there were symbols carved there that you swear you see some of them here.
Out of character, I'm picturing them as hieroglyphics.
Uh,
Consider.
not they're closer to cuneiform, really.
Ah,
Like cuneiform and a bit of hieratic. And I'm guessing you don't know what either of those things are.
I know cuneiform, but not hieratic.
Hieratic is basically hieroglyphics cursive.
Ah. I can understand some of. I think I can understand some of it.
Oh no,
This.
you have no idea what they say. You just
Oh.
assume where it's from.
Yeah,
you do not
okay.
speak the language that this is in.
Right. I've seen these images before at the Pharaoh's palace, but I have no idea what they say.
By the way, you're all still standing in the rain right now. Technically, do you go in?
I mean, we were making the assumption that we went in.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Then go in here. Like this part is just one room. Like it's not a big place.
We should set up camp here to make sure that we can leave as soon as possible.
Yeah. And by the way, when the rest of you spell in, you also feel the warmth.
It feels nice.
Yeah, like it seems to be stronger, Ungist, in the northwest corner of the room.
Is there is this just one room, no leading hallways or anything?
No hallways or doorways that you can that are immediate that you can just see at a glance. But go ahead and roll perception. And again, you see a faint, possibly imaginary glow in this corner.
Well, Dina still might be seeing things anyway. She just walks over to the corner and like presses a hand on it, just out of curiosity. That's cool. And 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 when you're just gonna roll to see how comedic this is. Oh boy.
High or low?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Comedy. So you just lean on that section of the wall, and and the hidden door just falls open, and then like the glow is much more clear now. Like it was coming through like a hairline crack in the door. It leads you into this part of the building. Wait, did you see my ping? Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, thing was down for a second. Like Hey, yeah, Heaven, go ahead and roll insight.
All right. Find it.
You remember something like this? It's like being it's in from your visit to the palace as well. They took you into a seat. Uh, 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 they like they brought you into a secret room to give you the actual briefing. You understand? And the the uh, the to your knowledge, it's not supposed to be that easy to find your way through and the entrance to them. Like for Silo to have just like found it by accident, you gather something must be broken.
Wait a minute. I've seen this before. Again at the palace. But this chamber you found, they're not supposed to be this easy. Either something's broken or this is a trap.
Talos draws his sword and, shield in hand, slowly leans in to look around the room.
And well, it's just another one room, like slightly large, larger than the one you're standing in right now, and like adorned with the same decorations, just slightly more ornate. Heaven, like you're no scholar of Heaven, but like looking at these, like you could almost buy that these are are sort of an older version of the hieroglyphics currently used by your own people. Just your.
I relay the information, then can I attempt to read it? Read one of them?
Well, well, the hieroglyph use. Okay, let's just clear this up right now. Does Heaven speak Celestial?
Oh no, she just knows common and primordial.
Yeah, you don't know how to read hieroglyphics. Like it is not so. It is not something taught to the lower castes. It is for the divine. It is for the divine blooded only. You understand?
So like the pharaoh and his court mostly.
Yeah.
The noble.
Yeah, and also also like a lot of the infernal blooded learned as well, but that's a bit of a dirty little secret of the kingdom.
This Heaven says this is the language of the nobles of my homeland. Unfortunately, I don't know how to read this. I think it's celestial.
Theo looks to Rudy for a moment.
Rudy looks up from a book. Oh.
Hey.
Rudy just shuffles over to CeeLo and then places a hand on her. Stands still for 10 minutes.
Alrighty.
After 10 minutes, Rudy just places a hand on the hieroglyphics. I lied, I can only do it to myself.
Oh, wow. That's a bummer. Cielo just starts pouting.
Yes,
yeah, so...
Rudy attempted a joke. Everyone laugh.
Talos does actually give a small smile at that.
Yeah, so Rudy, like you, so you cast a spell, Rudy, and you can read it now, but you're still having a little bit of trouble, just like just you kind of have to do a bit of rearrangement of like the conjugation and stuff in your mind because yeah, celestial hieroglyphics are weird. They do not follow the standard laws of as of like diction and grammar at all. But like you managed to get the gist. However, this these are illusion wards. Like this, this whole structure is coated top to bottom with illusion wards. This place is supposed to be hidden.
Well, that explains why Carlos didn't know about it. Really looks to the others. This place is covered so that if you, so that you can't see it. But the wards are on the fritz.
Well, more than on the Fritz, they're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you even tried to detect magic just for the sake of our argument, and like you see small traces of it left, but they have faded.
I suppose when I passed through here, the magic was only just enough. Who knows when it all disappeared?
Yeah. But anyway, look, and there's sort of okay. What you see is sort of a hallway, a leading sort of there it is, into into the west, and then turns up to the north, and the glow is like there's a definite like shadow. Coming out there, like the glow is definitely coming from this direction.
All right. Talos slowly approaches from the wall and peeks over.
And yeah, like so, the glow has a definite color now. It is the color of fire. So you peek around, and you see, well, more war as these ones still working. And like the magic power in them hasn't quite faded yet. And just floating in the middle is an old-fashioned and like oversized key, like key to the city sized, just like that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like floating up there, like bobbing down, spinning, and like it. Oh, also it's on fire. Or like there's this flame, and like wisping off it.
What in the? He turns to everyone. He says, "So, Heaven, may I ask you a quick question?"
Of course.
In the entire history of your people, are flaming keys a thing?
DM would Heaven know that?
It is not a thing you've ever heard of. Like,
Heaven.
Your people, like in your religion, like they prefer magic locks. They don't really have a lot of use for physical mechanisms in Rosopotianus. Like they do their stuff with magic.
Heaven shakes her head and tells him this.
Well then, I suppose that would explain the warmth. He gestures for everyone else to come over. There's a lot more wards here, it seems.
Yeah. It's quite a bit warmer in here this close to the key. You were soaking wet when you came out of the thunderstorm. You're almost dry now.
So, on a scale of like 1 to 10, how hot is it getting?
It's still comfortably hot. Like, it's not getting like unbearably. You're not at risk of bursting into flame or anything.
Okay.
Yeah. Like it's at this point it's like you're standing next to a space heater.
Okay, gotcha. Rudy, could you look at the runes in this room while I take a closer look at the key?
Sure. Rudy will look at the runes.
So the runes in the last room were all just illusion based. It's meant to just keep the entire temple hidden. The ones you're looking at here are a little bit more specialized. As they're meant like they're meant to sort of hide magical signature, is for lack of a better, more historical term. And like, if you had to guess, as they're probably designed and to keep the key from showing up if anyone tries to detect magic or anything.
Fair enough.
Whoever hid this key did not want it being found.
Talos just sort of continues to stare at the key, looking kind of lost in thought.
CeeLo goes outside for a moment and collect a bucket of water.
You mean like? Oh, I see. So yeah, outside. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's. So I'm guessing you're gonna try and throw it on the key.
Yeah, with one of her water canisters, see what happens.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you dump it on the key, and there's an explosion of steam. And for a moment, the flames sputter out. And if the moment the flames are gone, and you get a good look at the key for the first time, and the key, it looks completely different from the top. Hiding it, there's runes all over it, and and there's still celestial runes, but they're completely different. The aesthetics are completely different. Whoever made this key was not the same person who made this temple. If the appearance is anything to go by. And then you get that one glimpse of it. And then the water just evaporates off the key, and it just bursts into flames again.
Those markings, those were the same as the ones on the walls, right?
Rudy explains how they differ.
What was that?
Rudy explains how they differ.
Yeah. Basically, the markings are still in celestial, but they're different in some ways. It's like this place has a lot of Rosa Potionis in it. This key does not.
This is out of place.
So
CeeLo leans down and attempts to touch the fire.
Okay. Okay. Go. Well, do you touch the? Do you try to touch the key or just the fire?
I want to examine the fire, so I'm not going to dip my entire hand into it. I want to just touch it to see what happens.
Okay. In that case, roll a quick Arcana check.
Okay. 12.
Like, yeah, that's high enough. It's a pretty basic one. Like, hey, so Silo, you know of the spell Heat Metal? This key appears to be under under that, but like in a permanent fashion. And like you're not sure what the source is. It doesn't seem to be coming from the key itself, but something is making this key very, very hot. So the key is basically under a heat metal spell and will react as you would act in the usual fashion if you try to touch it.
Gotcha. Alright, that's good enough for me to know. So that means there must be some runes somewhere else.
Before we go looking for the room, may I try one more thing, if you all don't mind?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, he tells everyone to step back a little.
Before you do anything, may I try something?
Go right ahead.
Alright.
Okay, what are you trying? Okay, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I am gonna need you to go ahead and roll an intelligence check.
Alright.
It sputters for a second and then reignites. Like it's like you actually see one of the runes in the room like light up. Specifically, it's right above it, embedded in the ceiling. And yeah, whoever did this, whoever left this here this way, they were capable of casting magic with a far greater amount of power than you have ever come across.
That confirms my suspicion then. And Rudy will turn to the group and say, the runes here are to prevent dispelling the magic that's in the key.
And that rune up there, he points to the ceiling. That's the rune that seems to be constantly igniting the key.
No, I believe that activated when I cast Dispel Magic. The entire room is covered in the runes. Alright, Rudy will step back.
Alright,
DM,
well...
how
ahead.
high is the ceiling? How high is the ceiling rune?
About 20 feet.
Maybe if we dispel those runes, we can get that key. And I can easily get to the one on the ceiling.
Well, let's let Talos do his idea first.
Very well.
Now, I doubt this will work, but Talos puts away his shield and sheathes his sword, rubs his hands together, and so I'm guessing that this key is on like sort of a pedestal that can be easily reached, or
Well, it's not even on a pedestal. It's just like floating in midair and at about eye level.
All right. He rubs his hands together and he just tries taking the key.
All right.
And need I remind you, he's wearing molten bronze skin.
I have not forgotten. Okay. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw. Oh well, you'll be taking half damage. Let me just dig that out. That's enough. Okay. Okay, take half of 21 fire damage, so 10 fire damage. But you have the key, and it is scalding hot, like dipping your hand in boiling water. I feel like it could be worse.
Yeah, Talus looks extremely uncomfortable doing this, and well, he's almost like desperately looking around, like seeing if like moving it away from the rune has deactivated in some way.
Nothing seems to have changed, but like a few of the runes on the walls do go out. But the key is as hot as ever.
And yeah, after how long can he hold on to this?
Well, you're gonna have to repeat the saving throw and take more damage every round. So
That's every 6 seconds.
Yeah. So at the rate you've been taking damage, another minute maybe before you fall unconscious from the pain.
Yeah, after the first 6 seconds, Talos just kind of throws it on the ground and shakes his hands.
It clangs on the ground. Actually, takes a chip out of the floor. The key itself doesn't seem to be damaged at all. It just is there on the ground, still on fire.
Yeah, Talos is just kind of blowing into his hands. Not the smartest thing I've done. Okay.
Yeah.
Rudy, can you try that dispelling magic again, or
I can do it twice every 4 hours.
all right? I think I might have something that can help you. Stay still for a moment.
Alright. I'll cast Dispel Magic again.
Okay. Oh.
That's 22.
It's high enough. Okay, that is high enough. Like it was a 5th level and 6th level. I meant heat metal, just for the record. So it fights you like it struggles to stay on, and then but eventually the rune on the ceiling just winks out, like the paint it was in just like sort of starts to crumble and crack a bit, and the flames on the key go out. It still radiates warmth, but not enough to actually be that you can't pick it up. You're back in space heater territory.
But yeah, Talos gives a big grin. Gets tries to get to eye level with Rudy and holds up his hand for a high five.
Why
Which
are you
hand?
holding up your hand?
Left hand.
Why are you holding up your hand?
High five, as in congratulations.
Does Rudy know what a high five is?
No.
High fives are not an elven custom, apparently.
He just kind of looks to his hand, shrugs, and then just kind of pats her on the head. Good job.
Let me finish. You guys didn't give me a chance to speak.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Rudy will stare at the hand for a little bit, and then just poke it with a finger, and then move away, handing him the key.
That works. So now we've got the key proper. What does it look like?
Yeah. So you can get a closer look now, and still radiating heat like a space heater. And you're getting a good look at it, and go ahead and roll religion again.
All right, give me a minute.
Okay, this one you do know. You've seen this one. You've seen symbols like this in blacksmith shops occasionally. There are symbols of Savessa on this key.
A symbol of Savessa.
Yeah. Like in yeah. I think the last place you believe you saw anything like it was it was Belrig and Shana's shop back in Lundra, where when they made you your arrows.
Talos kind of scrunches up his nose a little, and he just looks to everyone. Seems as though we have a god to thank for this one.
For a key, we don't even know what it does.
It seems to be some sort of, well, it's tied to, from what I understand, Savessa in some way.
Seems a little strange why this place would be protected or be hidden, though.
You can always identify it.
Well, Talos does do that. He does do just that. He passes it off to Rudy, and he just starts pulling out all the gear to start making camp.
Okay, so Rudy, like you do the usual, like like identification stuff of like the usual ritual stuff. It has the usual magical properties that make it like immune to aging and hard to destroy. Apart from that, it doesn't seem to be magical at all. It's just a key, as far as you can tell. Although it does have one of like possibly the strangest, like the metal. You've not seen metal like this before. Like, I mean, you're no blacksmith or anything, but you've never seen metal like this before.
The key isn't magical, but it is made of an unknown metal. I do not recognize this metal.
It's okay if I investigate the room.
Go ahead. Like most of the rooms that are still here have gone out.
Okay.
Yeah, like yeah, he is still radiating heat like a space heater, and whatever it is, it's not the it's is it like whatever the key is doing to radiate a heat still at this point. It's not any kind of conventional spell. Like I identify can't pick it up.
Well, we'll just rest for the night now. Wait for the rain to pass by.
Very well then. Talos just sort of looks to heaven and he says, I suppose we'll have to wait on shampooing my mane until later then. Seems as though the rain saw fit to do the job for me.
Evan shrugged his shoulders. Well, this really isn't the place for that, anyway.
Certainly not. Well, good night, everyone.
Okay. Hey, so who has the key on them, by the way? Just to and just to like get that established.
I would like the key, but I think Rudy has the key.
I gave it to Telos.
Okay.
Yeah, Talos is sort of apprehensive to hold on to it, but unless otherwise, he will probably hold on to it for safekeeping, at least for the night. I mean, out of character, Neku, do you want Celia to have it, or?
I would like to, but that's just me. So, I mean, I know I've been a bit greedy, so I'm not going to ask for it too much lately.
Actually, it probably would make more sense for Talos, like, after he's given it back, to just look at it and he says, so does anyone want it?
I'll take care of it if you guys don't want it.
Talos just chucks it to CeeLo and just seems to completely put it out of his mind after that.
Celia just smiles and just puts it in her pocket.
But yeah. Sleep time.
Okay, so morning. Well, I'll just assume you all do. I'll do the upper watches. So morning. Eventually arrives. And the rain seems to be gone.
So, wakes up with like a slight stretch and yawn and looks out, not hearing the rain anymore. Shall we? Is everyone up?
I'm up.
Talos finishes up his morning exercises and finishes it with a stretch. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay, so Talos, as you, I'm just gonna move you to the front door, real fast. As you just as you step out to the entrance, you look down and you spot a new problem. Uh, um, um, you see those churned up areas dug in the ground?
Yep.
Uh, and one thing you learn. Well, I mentioned the Kruthiks last night, and one thing I did not mention, but that Leonin often learn, and when learning how to avoid them, is that they are attracted to heat. You also learn what their nests in the ground looks like. Look like.
Telos
Hey,
Telos sighs and just squeezes the bridge of his nose.
yeah.
Or
You
well,
you can only assume that they were attracted here by the heat and by the heat emanating from the temple, from the key. You wouldn't have noticed them. Yeah, you didn't notice them last night because it was just it was almost impossible to see anything last night.
Talos goes back in and just looks kind of a little annoyed. So, do you remember those creatures that I told you about the other day?
Yes.
To a degree, yes.
So, one small thing I forgot to mention, and it seems that, well, because it didn't really seem relevant at the time, they are attracted to heat. And since now we have a clear day outside, I just noticed their nests.
Heaven hearing this becomes white as a sheet. Please tell me that the nests are a fair distance away.
Try literally outside the door.
Heaven goes into a slew of curses.
Calm
Here.
down. Calm down. They're easy enough to avoid.
And yet, in your experience, avoid is generally the right choice. One Kruthik, not hard to deal with, but it's never just one.
One, perfectly fine. The entire hive,
Yeah, especially if the Hive Lord gets involved.
Let's just go around.
I have an idea.
light a
These
fire
seem-
near the nests and let that attract them.
I was going to say hide our body heat. I have prestidigitation. I can do that. But you guys have to be around me in a 10-foot radius.
Very well then.
Oh. Yeah. So
Be sure
I can.
Be sure to get the key too, just in case.
Who has the key?
CeeLo.
All right. So I'm going to use prestidigitation to envelop all of us with a cold chill, including the key. We may be cold, but it will hide our body heat. And out of character, I am so taking this out of How to Train Your Dragon. And if you haven't seen the Netflix series,
I saw the first movie a long time ago.
oh well, there's a dragon called a snow wraith, and
Anyway,
basically
we
it's
don't need the details. We
yeah,
get the gist.
yeah, yeah. That's what Yeah, no, that's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say.
You can. Well, yeah. Like,
You know
Well-
what you're trying to do.
yeah. Well, you can have 3 of its non-instantaneous effects up at a time. And so you can do it on 3 people or on 2 people able in the key.
Oh, Talus snaps his fingers. CeeLo, I have an idea.
Hmm?
Can Hope carry the key?
Brilliant.
Why don't we
Yeah.
just go around?
They will sense the heat and then come out of the woodwork.
They would have already sensed the heat.
All right, let's go around. Let's try that.
I'm just saying, if they were able to sense the heat, they would have attacked already.
All right then.
But what about vibrations? Or do they nest underground like ants?
In more or less, just bigger.
So maybe if we tiptoe,
Very well then.
they won't.
Simple tactic then. Slow and steady. Try and go around them.
Alright, Scylla just walks out the door then and tries to take this
Okay.
direction.
I will say we can give the key to Hope because they can fly and they'll be able to get far out of distance. It will make sneaking easier.
Fair enough. We can do
Okay.
that, yeah.
Back to plan 2.1 then. She hands over the key to Hope for him to carry. And she orders him to fly up in the air.
Okay, and then you're gonna try and tiptoe around here.
Yep.
Okay,
Mhm.
go ahead and roll stealth, please.
That's everyone roll stealth, correct?
Well, yeah, everyone who's trying to sneak around. This will be a group stealth check.
Thank goodness I don't have disadvantage on stealth with the armor I have.
Yeah.
Where is it? Where is it?
I have advantage on stuff,
Wow,
I believe.
What gives you advantage on stealth again?
The molten bronze. Oh, sorry, CeeLo.
So you do. Okay. No, I was talking to Priscilla. Okay, yeah, I figured it was that, but I wasn't sure if that only applied to being in darkness because that comes up a lot. Okay. Good. Okay. Yeah. So you make it over here, well, a lot of range of the cruise thickness as over here. Slightly different problem now. From here to the ground is a bit of a drop.
You say problem, I say rope and pittance.
And so you do. You rappel your way down. Well done.
And of course retrieve the rope and pittance.
Well, hope you need hope to retrieve the pittance for you to dig them out. But yeah, you managed to do that.
Question for the DM.
Yep.
If I use mingle with the wind, would it let me float down?
Show me what mingle with wind does.
You don't need to. We've
Okay, that's just update. I mean, you can. Well, you don't really need to.
Well, it's because I don't have any rope or pittance.
Talos tied the
Well,
rope up so we could all use it.
yeah.
Yeah,
The,
no.
Rope
the pit,
isn't
like,
one use.
yeah,
Lala. Shh.
yeah, pittons are like literally like you hammered a nail into the rock and tied the rope to it.
Yeah, no. It was just an idea.
Yeah, and you could do that. You don't really need to though.
All right, and with that, we're on our way.
All right. Hey, well done, everyone. By the way, for the record, you were safe the moment you sent Hope off with a key. Like that was the thing.
Yeah, I thought it was, which is why I tried to get a little convoluted. But
Yeah.
Lala had the right idea there. Just keep it simple.
Yeah. So, you keep going for about another day, and like you're getting into familiar, you're getting into pretty familiar territory to you at this point, Talos. It's like you're like it's not quite the you know you're getting around to your stomping grounds, and eventually you come across the encampment. You guys are at the bottom. You guys are at the bottom left. What you see here is just a small part of it.
Talos takes a moment to take it all in, and you'll notice he's actually smiling, like a very not the cheerful sort of smile you've seen him, really when he gets buddy, but like this heartfelt from the bottom of his heart smile.
Like, yeah, like again, there's way more of the camp than just what you can see on this map. Like the rest of it is like off of it to the it to the east, to the right.
Well, everyone, welcome to my home.
It's big.
Yeah, like you guys are kind of looking at like a tent city built into the jungle, almost.
Well, we Leona need plenty of space to run around in, especially when we're growing up.
Yeah, and yeah, like also you look onto like this island over here that's sort of like basically it serves as kind of a trade checkpoint and almost for this tent city. It it looks like there's someone. It it looks like there's a pole over here is like where basically where criminals get tied to, who is like punishment. Looks like there's someone tied to it.
Must have had a trespasser lately. Talos walks in, and first person he sees, he calls in Leonin. Hello there.
And but ah like no like this like Leonin like you don't really know his name. Like he was just some guy. I maybe you'd occasionally see him around, but like there's a lot of you in the Fireman Pride. But hello there, and then you see and then he sees like the three ladies with you, and he like now his eyes like more outsiders.
They're fine. They're with me.
Apologies, we've had an irritating one lately.
I take it that's the one tied to the post there?
He tried to hunt the fleecemane lion.
Did he now?
Yeah. So, Talos, for the record, The fleecebane lion is one moment. I have a picture of that too. Just need to dig it up. But the fleecebane lion is basically he like it's a like Landon for the past couple thousand years like basically they Landon see it as sort of the spirit of the wild just made manifest almost like they don't really hold anything sacred, but this thing but fleecebane lions come pretty close. Hold on, I've got a picture of it. I just need to dig it up. Fleecebane lion, there it is.
Ooh, that's a pretty one.
Yep. They're, I guess you could call them dire lions.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, Talus
Like,
rolls
I
his
don't know, he's
eyes.
some Ponzi elf who came here to hunt them.
Well, no.
Oh no, another elf. Like he's looking at Rudy now.
She's fine. That she's with me.
Rudy
If you
is
say
going
so.
to roll
All elves.
perception.
Oh, like if you say so. All elves look the same to me.
Yeah. Rudy rolls
Yeah, so
perception.
go ahead and roll perception. Yeah, Rudy, it's exactly who you think it is.
You'll see Rudy visibly cringe.
Are you
Like,
Excalibur facing?
like, visibly cringing.
Okay, I'm going to post an image in the Discord, and I want you to to tell me if that is the face you are making.
Sure.
Hold on.
I've got a backup image as well if it's not the one.
Here we go.
Yeah, basically that. I'm going to show it to the folk, but this picture would
That is
also work.
that is the Excalibur face.
There you go. But yeah, Talus notices this, raises an eyebrow, and he just says, "Could you all wait here for a moment? I'll go and speak to the Pride Matron. She'll let you all pass, I'm sure."
No, Rudy is not even listening at this point. She's just staring at her brother with that expression as if she's frozen in place.
Be sure she's okay, all right?
No,
Yeah.
what with her?
Yeah. So now you guys you guys I don't think you have any reason to look closely enough, and you're not familiar enough with this guy to really know. So I'm going to keep it secret for now. But when should you wish to get a closer look, I have the characters. I have the picture all ready to go.
But yeah, after that, Talus, parts from the group and goes to find the clan matron.
Yeah. Okay. So she's actually right to your east. Yeah,
There she is.
at the top of this little hill, and you see Bundy right there. Just chilling on a rock.
But yeah, Talus makes his way up and he says, "Hello, Bundy," as he passes by, waving at the dinosaur.
Yeah, this T-Rex just it's just like he's like which is like the T-Rex equivalent of just waving back. And like overlooking it all, just standing above this big bonfire. in the thing, her mount lazing, lazing on a rock to one side. Ed is your clan matron.
Talos approaches her, and he is sort of standing straight with a posture, like, looking very respectful. And he says, "Matron Ziora."
And, like she's like, she's like seems to break out of a trance and is like, oh, Talos, you have returned to us. Say you, and I was under the impression you intend to journey for many years.
I still do. However, circumstances have brought me back home, and, well, with an assortment of friends.
Like she looks at, like she looks back at them. I have noticed another elf.
And you have a problem with Rudy?
Well, and no, but the last elf has not given us a very good impression. You understand?
As I've noticed, but I assure you, she keeps to herself. She won't be a bother.
I take. And your word is good enough to me. So, what does bring you back?
Well, I think it's best that my friends should be here just in case. They could probably explain it a little better, but suffice to say, the Blood Scowls have not exactly been amicable as of late.
Oh, first of all, Gore Scouts. Why does everyone keep making that mistake lately?
Okay, yeah, sorry, that's an out of character thing. I fucking apologize, man.
Yeah, no, like, but no, but at this point, I've just decided that that everyone keeps miscalling them that lately for some reason, and it really annoys the people in charge because they can't figure out what's going on. But anyway, yes, yes, we have noticed that they have been very active lately. In fact, they sent a message with a list of demands.
A list of demands. Wow.
Join us. It seems that whatever their new leader is, he wishes to play warlord. Join us or die, sort of thing.
I had heard that there was a new warlord, some ponce with a thunder stick.
Yeah, and yes, and
but we can talk more about it later. I should go and fetch my companions.
They've moved on. Well, you call him a ponce, little one, but he has taken his new forces and moved on the Forbidden Plateau.
As I've heard, which is
one does not do that without a great deal of courage or foolishness.
Perhaps both.
And which drives you right now, I wonder?
You have to be a little crazy to be an adventurer, or so the stories say.
I can confirm that. Like, there's a note of fondness in her voice when she says that.
But I know better than to go and tempting the forces of the world.
Indeed. Now, and now, bring me these friends of yours that I may hear what they have to say. Also, your parents are off leading a hunting party at the moment. Your brother and your younger brother and sister are still here, though. If you wish to speak with them.
Older brother and sister. Well, actually,
right.
He has an older brother and one older sister and two older sisters. Sorry.
Wait, you're the youngest?
Yeah, he's the youngest.
I was under the impression that Danae was younger. Okay, that's a DM mistake. My bad.
It was such a long time ago. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but anyway, Malak is here, and so is Danae. Caesar as well. She is guarding our criminal. If you wish to avoid her.
Good to know, then. I'm sure the last thing I would need is a lecture from both her and Mother.
Right.
But I should get my friends. He gives a respectful bow and heads on his way. See you again soon, Bundy. And Talos returns to everyone.
Yeah.
Sorry to leave you all hanging for so long. The clan matron Ziora would wish to see all of you.
Sheila is
So I
still
imagine
poking.
Rudy is still frozen in place, just staring with the cringe face.
Yes, she is.
I think Heaven looks to Talos and points to Rudy. You may want to pick her up and move her. She's kind of frozen.
All right. What was Sela gonna say?
Sheila's just still poking at Rudy's cheek. More amusement now at this point.
All right. Well,
The moment you go
Alright, well-
to try and pick up Rudy, she turns and looks at you and steps back.
oh, hello.
You said we're meeting with the matron.
Yep, right this way. He points and he leads the party. Just past the giant dinosaur.
Rudy walks up without a single shred of emotion.
Heaven gawks at the various dinosaurs and that these linemen
There's only
take.
one. Oh no. It's mostly like large birds and giant and big green lizards that serve as mount. There's only one dinosaur, and that's yeah. Like so, Talos. Yeah, dinosaurs are not native to the Valley of Life. Even death.
Wait.
Wrong way.
Yeah.
Hold on. Now that you've raised the possibility, roll. Heaven, since you're gawking, roll survival to keep from wandering off. Okay, yeah.
Ah, dang it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shame, but well, there's stuff, but well, yeah, there's other stuff in this camp that you can encounter anyway.
Like this guy?
What?
Like this guy?
Whatever. Wait, what are you trying to ping?
The T-Rex.
Oh. No. Well, no, you're passing by him right now. He looks at you and just like sniffs you all, and he kind of growls a bit when he gets to Rudy.
It's okay. It's okay. She's with me. She won't cause any trouble for us.
Roll animal handling. Yeah, he still doesn't seem to like her, but but like he just like nods and like gets back to just sunning himself.
So, matron Ziora, these are my companions.
The humanoids get more and seem to get more fragile looking every time I look at them. Whatever. So. The little one here says, as you hunt the Gore Scout pack.
Yeah, you mean the Blood Scout pack? Yeah, we're trying to go after them.
Ziara's eye twitches, but she ignores it as your transgressions.
I may
like Hold on. Yeah, she knows you did it on purpose.
Shiloh just grins.
Well,
Interesting friends you've made.
I find them fun. They've got a lot of spirit in them. Rudy is, well, a lot more reserved, but, well, she was the first traveling companion I ever had long term, so she's special to me.
Like, she glanced at Rudy. I see. She's gonna roll inside.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, she misses it. Like, it's not on you. Like, this is just to see if she notices is a thing about Rudy, which she did not.
I'm sure everyone can recount the details more accurately, but, well, the long and short of it is, Matron Ziora, is that we were hired by a sort of scholar, I suppose you could say. She wanted us to investigate some ruins, and, well, her contact was recently investigating the ruins close to our plateau. Malik, if I recall correctly, actually encountered one of her scouts.
And he did mention that. Yeah, Malak did mention that. At yet another elf. Of this one, Malik tells me that he spoke fancy but smelled wrong.
Smelled wrong. How?
He hey said he said it reminded him of old Creon, but different somehow.
But regardless, we have been hired to investigate the ruins on the plateau. And, well, with your blessing, we would like to do so.
And what exactly is it that this scholar of yours hopes to find? I know the Great Plateau, because most people who go up there only find only death or madness.
Well, okay, out of character, just to remind myself, the reason why he'll know wants to investigate it's because it's linked to the Kashak ruins, right?
Yes, although she did not really elaborate on how. Like you, or possibly she did, and it just went over your head. Like, it's complicated archaeology stuff.
How much in damages did the elf in the cage cause?
None. None. He came here saying he wanted to hunt the fleece mainline, and asking where it was, so we tied him up.
How long will it be? How long will it be tied up?
And until he shows remorse for his idiocy. I'm going to be honest. I do not think he poses any actual threat to a fleece main lion. He seemed kind of a dullard.
I will give you 20 gold to ship him back to the elf capital. Tied up.
I mean, we have no use for gold, but we are happy to ship him away tied up. Why? Do you know him?
Unfortunately, yes.
Well, as in, ex-lover, something.
You see Rudy bring her hands to her temples as she rubs them and says, "No, he is my brother."
Oh, I see.
Talus actually, like, his head snaps around as he looks over to the elf tied up, and he just kind of gives Rudy this unbelievable look and just kind of points over to the guy.
The sooner
Yeah,
you get him shipped back to the elf capital, the less damages he is going to cause.
To be perfectly honest, I think the main damage he was going to cause was for himself, but if he is your brother, do you not wish to speak with him?
Absolutely not.
I'm going to roll stealth.
Go ahead and roll stealth.
Does a 15 pass?
Who are you trying to stay hidden from?
Everybody.
Okay, everyone roll perception. Well, actually, you know what? You beat their passive perceptions, but let's just see about Bundy and ZRA.
You don't beat my passive perception.
Oh. Well then, and Heaven, you, Evan, you, Evan, you, well then, Heaven, you see, you notice, Silo sneak off. Bundy does not.
Please, for the love of the
ZRA
Platinum Dragon, send him back. I will pay literally all the money I own.
Well, again, we don't need money. We do not use gold here, but we would be happy to send him back. Could you give us like is there like a PO box we can ship him to or something?
Yeah.
Yes, there is. Let me give you the address of the PO box.
Yeah, like they still know modern stuff, guys. They're not savages.
But yes, Rudy's brother does indeed have a PO box, and Rudy is going to write it down, but secretly. She's, trying not to let the others see, and then she's going to hand it to the woman and say, "I've Don't say who sent him back," they ask.
Well, we shall say that. Well, I mean, we were going to just post it from us. Now this goes on. Now this goes on, and Silo. I believe that. Let's just cut to Silo now.
Okay. So you see her like moving along. She's actually kind of walking open now that she's away from the group, and she's gonna go all the way over to the cage elf.
Oh, he's not. Oh, he's not caged. He's just tied to a post on the island.
I thought he was caged.
There's one more person you're going to need to get by.
I'm not hiding from anyone anymore at this point, though. I'm just walking up to them. Unless they're going to stop me, then I'll stop.
Okay, well then, and so there's so another Leonin, just like this Leonin over here, like a female, like a lady, just like she's like sitting next, like she's just sitting next to an axe beak with a saddle on it, like tending to a campfire. She looks up and looks like really confused at you. Who the fuck are you? And you see this lady.
Huh. Hello, I am Silo. I'm a friend of Talos, actually. He is over there talking to some important figurehead. I didn't get her name fully, sorry.
Way to throw him under the bus.
Yeah.
He's back.
You know Talos Firemane. Yes, that's the man.
Yeah. We are all called Fireman. We are all called Fireman here. Neat. Now, can I help you?
I'm actually looking to
She
talk
seems
to the elf.
annoyed. Like, she seems annoyed to have to talk to people, like, ever.
No worries, ma'am. I'm going to assume I get that impression. So she's just going to give a slight bow. No worries, ma'am. I'm just looking to talk to the elf in question.
Why?
Seems like someone he knows is of interest to me.
Like, yeah, like, the elf, elf is like, huh? What the, oh, are you here to get me out? Out? Oh, you've got him talking now. And, oh, and you see this guy.
We'll see how it goes in your trial, mister. May I get your name, by the way?
Wait, my name, Adrian Elisay of the most prestigious house Elisay.
How's LSA?
Rudy visibly shudders for no reason.
Yeah. Are you here to get me out of this? You can explain. You're here to get me out of this, right? Like, I'm sure. Like, hey, surely, like, you can get me out of this, right? Whoever you are, new friend. Surely you can explain to them that this is all just a misunderstanding. No misunderstanding. Like, says it because no misunderstanding. You came in here and loudly announced your intentions.
Oh yes, this is gonna be a hard trial to put you under, sir. Whenever you loudly announce your intentions of dethroning one of the lions, I would not like to mess with you. But to be honest,
Not dethroning nothing. He was hunting us. He tried to hunt a sacred animal.
oh, is that what it was? Wow.
Yes.
What is wrong with you?
It's just an animal. What is wrong with me? What's wrong with you all? It's just an animal. Hold your tongue. Hold your tongue out. And like says is like pointing her spear at him now. Like,
All right. Well, let's move on to another conversation, the one I'm more interested in. Maybe we can try to like reason a deal with him. Okay.
Oh god, please don't.
Too late to take the brakes off now.
This is gonna be a hard nut to crack. But
you know, I'm gonna be honest. Silo would have been a bard if she hadn't been a warlock.
yes, 100%.
She was
Yes.
born to be a bard.
Yes. Yeah. Hey, Sila, want to
Please.
switch classes?
I really wish I could metagame right now, but I can't. And that's
Yeah.
what's really tearing me up at the moment. Because I want to say something, but I can't because that would be metagaming.
I've been there, and sometimes it just happens. You can tell me what it is. You can tell us all what it is after the game is over.
Yeah,
which I mean, it's going to be in a bit anyway. Well, hey, we'll probably get through this, and then we'll.
Anyway, ask your question,
anyway,
Silo.
Go on, Silo.
All right. So the LSA family. If I'm pronouncing that right, my tongue is a little dry at the moment. I'm sorry.
Close enough.
Who are you guys exactly? I never heard.
We are a very prestigious and powerful family of the Beltil Dominion, the great Elven Empire, now in sadly reduced circumstances. It's like there's, we are one of the oldest and most esteemed families. And our glories include blah blah blah. This goes on.
Oh God!
He's talking for a while, but yeah. So and now Cesar is doing the Excalibur face.
Yeah.
Zillow interrupts him mid talk. Interesting.
That's very
Interesting. So tell me one more question. Why are there cultists after you guys?
Cultists? The places are you talking about?
Don't you know your younger sister or your older sister? Your sister in general. I actually don't know the age yet.
I have two sisters, one older, one younger, both insufferable. You're going to
Very
have to help me out here.
You cut
Very
out.
separate.
You cut out a bit, Corax. It sounded like you were shifting or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry, that was
So, get back to that. I have two sisters. There's one older, one younger. Both insufferable. Help me out here.
I heard of one that was missing, perhaps.
But Rudy, you've heard of little Rudy. Where is she? Korax has been looking everywhere. Korax has been looking everywhere for her. He took a leave of absence and he's been gallivanting all over the north.
Interesting. Thank you. And she bows and heads on her way.
Wait, come back. You're going to get me out of here, right?
She just gives a backhanded wave that she just walks, not even facing him now. Good luck.
Thank you. Please help. Please help me. No. As you walk away, he's like, "Come, Lady Leonin, lady. I mean, come on. Like, if you let me go, like, my family can pay you very and you just hear, and then at the end, you just hear a thwack as she just like whacks him over the head with the haft of her spear, and he just goes out cold.
The village is suddenly much more quiet now.
Yeah. And on that amusing note, I think that actually no, wait, no. And back at the main tent, and Zero like notices you return. I take it you had an enlightening conversation.
Rudy immediately turns on CeeLo. Did you mention me?
Did I mention you? I mentioned that you were missing.
Roll insight check.
I mean, it is the literal truth. So yeah, like well, that is the literal truth. You'll notice that she CeeLo didn't say anything, hasn't said anything about Agian's response.
All right, Rudy will visibly let out a breath in relief and turn back to the Leonin and say, "It is of the utmost importance that you do not mention I was here, or any sort of mention to him of a blonde-haired elf."
You what? Why are you? Well, I mean, I suppose if I were his sister, I would not. I'd want him to know I was where I was either.
Exactly.
Actually, she's gonna roll insights. Yeah, she's just gonna take that at face value. She rolled a 6.
Anyway, Rudy will let out a breath and give a small bow and say, "Thank you."
Of course. Now, you say you intend to journey across to journey to the Great Plateau.
To investigate the ruins, yes.
Yes. What do you need? And that and that is where we are going to end the session. So, you all have fun?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially at Rudy's expense.
Yeah. Yeah, like Korax, Korax and Rudy have two siblings. And their other one is probably going to show up in fractures, not this one. I think Rudy would. I think Lala would be better able to channel her.
So yeah,
So,
regardless, this
Go
was
on.
a nice one, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Like-
Well,
Yeah, like that key you found. I have plans for that.
Alright, well, thank you all for tuning in. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 All right.